Hi guys, so I am Mike from Greenhawk Construction, and today I am going to be showing you some products that we're going to review for Professional Builder Magazine and their YouTube channel. So today we've got a load of products from Hippo, and one of the things I'm going to run through what we're going to use them for. So the job as we stand, the clients have just bought this house and we have got some silicone in which has gone very mouldy, and we need to make sure that we can refresh that and renew it. So we're going to use some different products to make that happen nice and easy. So first and foremost, as we walk through the door, we need to make sure that we have protected the floor covering. So we've got carpet leading up to the stairs, which you will see shortly. So we've got two different versions of the carpet protector. So we've got a wider one if you've got a wide staircase, but also we have got quite a large landing upstairs. So we will use that one, and then we're going to use a narrow strip going all the way up the staircase as we go, because it is supposed to be a nice, quick, easy job. We want to make sure that we are in and out as fast as we can, because it's all about that, isn't it? So we're also going to clean down by using the heavy-duty Hippo wipes here, which have two functions on them. So you've got a clean, softer side, and also on the reverse side on these large wipes, you have got like a textured for those awkward stains. So also we have got the Pro Hippo 3 sausages that we're going to run through. Yes, that's right, I did say sausages. So these are an eco version, which will give you more product for your money. So we'll go through those in a bit more detail as we go. We've also got the Prestige range here. With the Prestige range, it comes through all of these various different colours. So for colour matching, which is something we need to do also today. We're also going to be rattling through, on this side, we're going to use the new Applicator gun with the various different nozzles to use for the sausages and conventional. You can use this for both. And then we're going to make sure we get this job done over the line, in and out, back in the van, and get on with the next job. Okay, so it's time to protect the carpet. So the good news about this is reverse wound. So it means I'm going to start at the top, should make life very easy, rolling this out and putting my strip all the way through the center. So let's get it done. So I'm going to run one bead all the way down through the center because it's enough for the walkway. Right, because it's such a wide landing, we're going to use the wider carpet protector. So if you were going to use this as a little bit of a tool store as such, which we all do, let's be honest, we all do this on jobs, I would suggest you cover the whole thing. But having the wider one, it cuts down the time, makes life a lot easier. So because I'm going to do my gangway straight into the ensuite, let's just get this sorted. Okay, so we're now obviously into the bathroom now itself. Now we've got clearly a bit of an old mold issue, which the clients have inherited, and naturally they want to get rid of it because it is a bit unsightly, let's be honest. So in here, we've got white silicone, clear silicone, and also a coloured silicone. Now I haven't got a clue which one it is. So we've used the Prestige range to match up for my grey as such. So I think it is close to the Tele Grey or the Nordic Grey. They're the two that I thought it was. So we'll jump into the corner and have a look. One of the things I want to move on to quickly before I jump in there is these sausages. Now, I was a bit apprehensive originally when these first came out that these are going to break in the van. I'm going to have silicone all over the place. There is absolutely no way that is going to happen. I've threw these off a scaffolding and it still hasn't broken. This is my grey, and obviously I haven't got a clue which one it is. So the Telegraph Grey is that one there, and the Nordic Grey very, very close, these two. But I think closer it is the telegraph grate, so that's what we're going with. So I've just scraped out all of the silicone, which is a horrible job. I don't care what anyone says, it's so annoying and so frustrating, but we've done it. So my next job now is to give a little wipe down to make sure everything is nice and clean. So we're going to be using the heavy duty trade wipes. Now there's another little thing that I need to mention about this is that for every packet sold, they're going to donate 50p to Children with Cancer UK. That's something that's I think everybody should get behind because obviously it's a great cause. The other thing with the wipes, as I mentioned earlier on, is that they are a double-sided wipe, and obviously they're quite massive as well, which is always great. So this side is a smooth side, more of your cloth sort of feel, and then this side is actually textured. So the idea behind this side is obviously where it's a bit more of a stubborn stain, obviously you can use this side. Now, because they're so big, if you are very frugal, and let's be honest, most tradespeople are, if you fold it in half, you get twice the amount out. That's something that's, and if you fold it again, you can go even more, you see, if you are super tight with everything. So we'll just have a little bit of wipe down. And it will just make sure that all the corners are nice and clean and they haven't got any weird sort of residue left in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to be doing all my corners first, get those sorted, and then we're going to go around into the base. So we're going to go with Tele Grey because I think that's the closest colour match that we've got to our original. So we're going to get that in. Now it's also important to note you can also use it on glazing and also sort of a finished product. So you can use it in your kitchens, bathroom, glazing and joint filling apparently. So very, very smart. And the good thing about it as well is that obviously it's going to have like an antifungal built into it, because if it didn't, it would go basically very mouldy very quickly and I'll be back doing it all over again. So it is time to use the sausage of dreams. So we're going to be using the Pro 3 Hippo, and it is white because we are putting white round the bottom. Now, I'll be honest with you, this is the first time actually putting one of these in. So apparently there's zero mess in the gun and they're very, very easy, and they do go down to next to nothing. So you don't have to use side cutters, but obviously I'm gonna because I've got them on me. So the idea is that you cut the top. So slide the sausage in. So get your nozzle. Now the nozzles, you can reuse them. So even that bit, if you're staying with white, obviously, you're not gonna put a different color in there, but if you're staying with white, obviously you can push that through. Stick that in there, like so. And put that in the gun. And you're ready to go. So it's quite a big joint in the bottom there, in fairness, so it is going to take quite a lot. So I am thankful that you get more in this than you do a standard cartridge. And I reckon we might need it. I've now pumped all the rest of this out to show you how small that sausage ends up. Now, I don't know because I haven't looked, I genuinely haven't looked, so we're going to look at this together. So, nozzle, not using any more white, so that can go. So that is all the way down. So it does need a tiny little wipe on there by the looks of it. I'm going to shove the finger in. Always going in. And that's it. And that is pretty well compacted down, and I physically couldn't squeeze that anymore, and that's all the mess. Now, I've probably made that look harder than what it was. So we'll get rid of that, use the wipes, clean my hand up, and that's probably more me than anybody else, but quite impressed with that. In fairness, I was amazed on how much is actually in there for doing it. And then that should be a wrap. So really quick summary of the stuff that I've used today. So the wipes, really love them. Great bit of kit. Applicator is really good for when you're using this. There is mixed reviews on these, and I'll come back to that in a second. Now the Prestige range, for the color grading alone, knocked it out of the park. And obviously I've got to protect the carpet. So that and having the mixture of having the larger size was absolutely brilliant. I'll quickly come back to this. Now what I would suggest, brilliant product, but I would probably suggest getting a spare gun to carry the essentials like white and clear inside. But other than that, can't fault it, get on board. All these products, if you go to the description, there'll be a link below and you can go through each and every one of those and you can find out a little bit more information, because there's going to be way more information than what I would have told you today. Okay, thank you very much for joining me on the Pro Builder YouTube channel. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have and you are wanting to try out any of these products, then you can go to Hippo's website, check them out, and they will direct you to a local retailer. And if you want to see some more of me and the stupid stuff that I get up to, then don't forget to follow our YouTube channel at Greenhawk Construction. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe below and leave your comments as usual, and we'll see you later.